Guys, welcome to Season 4 of the Derby Career Mode Live, and to start off this episode, we have got a big player coming in very shortly. I don't think he's quite in the club yet, but what I've done, because it takes so long when you're this far into a career mode, I've decided to put a load of bids in for some players. There's a variation of different positions, and even different ages. There's like older players at like 32, 33, and then there's some youngsters around the 20 age mark, and it just shows how slow. Literally, I've been talking for a good 10 seconds and there we go, it's eventually loaded. And yeah, we've got the player like Philip Lahm. I think he's on 6 months left on his contract. Would be a really nice player, but mainly attacking area players. That's what I've looked into. Kingsley Coman, now he's back at Juventus. We can actually put a bid in for him and potentially get him for quite cheap. He's only about 10 to 15 million pounds. We've got a few players here. Andre Silva, the striker. Pucciarelli. I don't want to sign this player just because of his name, but he has got some absolutely incredible stats. Maybe we'll just call him Manuel, but nevertheless, we've got Falcao. He's not exactly been in the best of form in the Premier League, but I could see us doing quite nicely with him. Martial as well. I'll just quickly go up this, and yeah, Dybala, Zapata, Hernandez, Volland from Southampton, Ben Arfa and Buffel from the Ligue 1, and Gabbiadini, Kostic, and Wijnaldum. So there's a lot of names on here. Reginald Golden as well. Great players, and they're all different ages, and I might put a few more bids in and see what comes back. So we have got our pre-contract arrival here, and it is the one and only Yaya Toure. What a crazy good signing this guy has been. I think he's about 82, 83 rated. We'll have a quick look now. 84, so even better than what I thought, but he probably will go down a rating potentially by the time we do get out of the window. 35 years old at the moment, so his stamina, it's still 86, so I'm quite surprised at that at 35 years old. So I think we'll stick him on the bench for now. I just don't know who we should replace him with, because we've got Thorne, Hughes and Dembele. Maybe we drop Thorne, put Dembele holding, and I don't know what to do really. But I think just for now we'll leave it like that, just because in pre-season tournament I can just simulate it, get some better results, and hopefully Yaya Toure doesn't go down if we just keep him in the team. Also, as you can see here, our Champions Cup objective is to reach the semi-final. Like, for example, Leicester, they've got Champions League football. We're probably on a similar level, and they're expecting us to get to the semi-final. So that's quite a big asking, and yeah, we might have to I will concentrate a lot on the Champions League, probably more than the Premier League, just because it's a better tournament in my honest opinion. So we have got our pre-contract tournaments here, and we're looking at around 6 million, maybe 7 million if we do win it. So that'll be really nice, because at the moment we've got about 27 million, so maybe we'll have nearly 40 million by the time we've sold a few players. And yeah, we've got a few messages here. Most of them are just us not doing that well at bidding on players. There's a lot of players that I do want, so we are going to improve some of these offers, but we've got a player here. Hayton Ben Arfa accepted for Heung-min Son, who really didn't do too well. He's probably on a lot lower wages, and Ben Arfa's a wonderful player. You can stick him on that right hand side, cut inside, and score some absolutely fantastic goals. That's looking at around a £12 million price tag for that, so probably about the right thing there. And we also have one for Kostic. It is 3 million more, but this guy's 6 years younger, so obviously he's going to last a little bit longer, and his wages are practically off. I think Ben Arfa was on 70, Kostic only 45, and he's a lot faster, and would be pretty much a straight swap with Heung-min Son. So the straight swap deal here for Volland for Icardi has been accepted, which I probably would expect, because Icardi is 82 and Volland is 81. I don't know if we should really go for Volland though, because I see him more as a winger. We have got a bid in here for Sula, the centre-back from Hoffenheim as well. They do want an extra 11 million. I'll go to 6, and I think on top of Dominguez, who was absolutely fantastic for us, but I think we need a bit of a taller centre-back in that defensive partnership. Also, we've got a bid accepted here for Perisic from Inter Milan, but they want 10 million. I think if we go again, 6 on top of Son, we've always got Kostic and Ben Arfa as well in this deal. So Bayer Leverkusen have accepted the 3 million plus Icardi for Hernandez. Now, I'd say that would be a really good deal, because Icardi really didn't do too well. I don't know if it's worth giving him another shot this season though, but we don't really have the time to really do that kind of thing. So we have actually got a really nice deal here. It's for that player that I don't want to say his name. I don't know, Pucciarelli? Maybe it's just Pucciarelli. I think that's his name. I don't think it's a S sound. I think it's just a C. So we'll call him Manuel for now. and 4 million plus Forestieri, so that's adding up about 7-ish, which is a really good price for a really good striker. Cracking stats on him, and yeah, what we can always do is get rid of bring in Volland and bring in this guy. I am also tempted to just put this bid in for Andre Gray, because he's on really cheap wages. He'd basically be nothing to, I don't know, cost us, and he'd be nice. He'd be a nice little player, especially because we are in so many tournaments this season. Maybe doing a bit of a deal with Martin. I'm not too sure if Burnley would be interested in him, though. That's the only issue with this deal. Maybe we could just put Kwame Thomas just to get rid of him, essentially, and stick another 4 mil on top of that. So we have a couple of transfer offers here, one of them for Werner and one of them for Bardi. Now, I don't really want to get rid of Werner because he did really nicely towards the end of the season there. So we'll stick a high price tag of 30 mil. It is double of his value, so I doubt they're going to go for that. Also, I think Bardi is he's added at least 5 million since January, because he was a solid keeper. There's no doubt about it. I think he was one of the best in the league, and yeah, I just feel 30 million, that's the price tag they're going to have to pay if they want him. So we've also had the contracts accepted here for Ben Arfa and Kostic. Now, both the deals I think are quite cheap in terms of they don't really knock off too money. It actually goes kind of up in money with the Kostic deal, and yeah, I don't know what to do really, because what we got here is two quality players. I know I'll get a good performance out of Ben Arfa. Whether we do want the 31-year-old or not, that's the question, and Kostic, a lot younger and worth a bit more. So the 8.5 million for Coman has been accepted. It's a real shame that Bayern Munich didn't play him when he was on loan, because he's barely grown a rating. And yeah, we've got the deals for Kostic and Ben Arfa here as well. I really don't know who to go out of these two, because they're both really good players. I'd love to have them both, but I feel like we only need one of them, because we can just bring in Coman, who's just as good as Antonio, who probably will stay in the first team anyway. So I don't know, do we bring in Kostic, stick him on the right, because I feel like Antonio's a bit more of a less-sided player, or do we bring in Ben Arfa for not the most amount of money in the world, really? So I think out of these two players, I'm going to go for Kostic, just because I've never really tried him, and he looks really good. He obviously got a team of the season this year, and he's basically on half the wage, and I don't know, I just feel like he'd be a more fun player to use, and he's a bit better value. So yeah, bringing in Kostic, first proper sign. I know we brought in Yaya Toure on a free, but yeah, Kostic, 90 pace, 88 dribbling, 86 ball control, 81 passing, 4-star skills, and I don't know, I just feel like he'll be a good player in this team, and yeah, he's actually got quite good crossing, so maybe this combination of the really good crosser and the really good header might work. So we've got a few more transfer offers there. One is for Thomas Ince off Middlesbrough, who I think can potentially back in the Premier League now, so we'll just match his value. I'd be more than happy with that. He wants to leave the club. He's not exactly the happiest duck in the world. We've also got a bid in here for Icardi, who has a 29 million maximum price tag. I'm going to stick that to like 30. Ooh. The thing is, that would be a really nice amount of money for a player that hasn't done too well. So we have the Forestieri deal with the 4 million accepted for Manuel Puccarelli. I really need to learn how to say this Italian man's name. But yeah, it's not exactly much. Like, he's practically on the same wage, 10k less, not really burning much of a hole in my pocket, and about 4 million. So we've still got enough money for a really good signing like Coman. So the Kingsley Coman deal has been accepted. That's 8.5, 50 grand a week on top of that. I think we just accept that. That is literally one of the best deals I've seen in career mode ever. Like, a quality player in Coman, and I think we're done in the attacking areas now. I know we've brought in a couple of players already, but now we've really got a really good quality player there. I really can't complain with that. I think that is the player that we need. As you can see here, the 4 million plus Andre Gray, which is barely anything more. So yeah, I think that would be actually quite a nice little sign-in. I don't want to give him Crucial, because I feel like we won't be giving him Crucial, but it is the final season of this career mode, so I think just giving him Crucial, and if he moans about the contract, then I really can't. He can't go anywhere, it's as simple as that. So Gabbiadini has unfortunately got injured there. I think they should do this. If a player does get injured, he's going to be out for the first 4 months. He should be cheaper, because I'm actually using that player until he's fit. So as you can see there, Middlesbrough have accepted the 4.4 million for Thomas Ince, who has been with us since the start of this career mode. but he just wants to leave. He said many times in messages like, "Oh, I just don't want to stay at the club anymore, boss." So yeah, it has been matched, but we have got the deal for Buffal here. So what we could do is bring in Buffal, but I don't think we need to bring in any more attacking players. Unfortunately, maybe if this happened a little bit sooner, I would have gone him over Coman. But I think Coman's still a very good player, and he's a little bit different. So we have got a bid in here from Newcastle, only 8 million off the asking price of 30 million. I think I kind of wish they did do that on career mode, where you could set an asking price, and once the team does hit that asking price, that bid comes in and I can deal with that, instead of me having to go through a million bids and having to counter them. Stoke City have accepted the 30 million for Bardi. We paid 5, so we've got a 6-time return on that. That's absolutely incredible. Whether he does accept personal terms, we'll have to see though. So as you can see there, Bardi has been sold for 30 million, so we've got another 25 million. Also, Hull have accepted the 34 million for Icardi. I'm going to be flipping rich. I'm going to have like 60 million pounds to play with. So that's crazy. We've also sold Thomas Ittens. Unfortunately, Sula doesn't want to move to the club, but I can make that happen with a click of the fingers now. I've got all this money. So we have had the contract accepted for Andre Gray. Now that we've had the Icardi deal accepted, I feel like accepting that it just seems like the normal thing to do, because we don't want to be in a position where we don't have any strikers till January, because you never know, sometimes it might just go mess up. And yeah, we brought in another player, Andre Gray, mainly for backup reasons, but he can still do a decent job, like in the FA Cup and stuff like that. So the deal for Icardi is broken down because he's on the injury list at the moment. He's been injured for 6 weeks now. That's really annoying, because that 34 million, that would have been a crazy amount of money. But maybe it's right that we should stick with some of our players. So we have had the 8 million for Ulrich accepted from Bayern Munich. But I'm not too bothered about this deal. Like, I don't think we are going to go for him. We've got many better options. There's like Petr Cech and Benaglio from Wolfsburg. So we have had a deal for Shaquille McDonald here. We're just going to accept it because we don't need him. He's 23 years old now and he's not going to grow too much more. We've also had a bid in here for Ben Davies. I'm going to stick a 30 mil price tag on him like I did with Barden. I thought nobody's going to do that. Yeah, but they've come stupidly close now. 24 million for Marcos Rojo, who does have the injury prone trait. So I'm kind of thinking, do I just sell him? Because is it worth it having that massive risk? He didn't exactly do the best of job as well since January. So you think about it, we got 10 mil for him and we've basically doubled our money. I'm just going to accept it, you know, because I didn't really like him. He has got that big risk on him as well. And yeah, there's plenty of centre-back options. So here's one of the options. I've literally just seen this message come up, and we're going to stick a £20 million price tag, because that is a quality centre-back in Mustafi. So as you can see here, Petr Cech has been accepted, 22 million plus the 140 grand. I know it's like double the money, but Ulrich's only like 78, 79 rated. So I think bringing in Petr Cech is a great deal. You really can't complain with that. We've got 20 million left now, and potentially 24 million coming in with Rojo. So yeah, as you can see now, our team is looking very strong. We have got a few players out because of international duty though, so we'll have to sort out the team in a moment and see how it looks. So yeah, what we're going to do, Valencia want 34 mil. I think that for an 85 rated centre-back, who's only 26 years old, really versatile as well. That would be a great signing. And him and Dominguez, if that is the case, would be a really good choice. So we have got a bid in there for Sese Wancambo. We're just going to sell him now because he's 22 years old, not even 70 rated, so he's not done too well. We'll stick that £17 million price tag on Dominguez as well. I think the deal with Lazio has broken down, which is a bit of a shame because it would have been quite a nice amount of money, and Schuler would have been a good choice. But as you can see, Valencia have accepted the big time styly bid for Mustafi. 34 mil. I know it's 10 million over his price, but I think he's worth it. He's a quality centre back, probably got like 90 in every defending stat. So Johnny Russell has been like, he did quite well towards the end of the season, but I think we've got Koeman, we've got Kostic. I don't think that left hand side, it's not really going to be an improve in the while that we have till now and January. So as you can see there, the 130 grand a week wages for Mustafi has been accepted. 34 million, that's a crazy big player. Bringing into the club, 85 rated, and I think this team's just done now. I think we don't really need to do anything else defensively. looking very strong. Looking at his stats, they're not as good as I thought they would be, but he's still a quality player, 95 interceptions, and he's quite versatile as well. You could probably play him anywhere in this back four, maybe even CDM as well. So yeah, I think on that note, we are going to end off the episode here with a really good signing. We've obviously made, I'm trying to think how many signings we've made. We've made 1, 2, 3, 4, and on the bench we've got 5, 6, 7 maybe? 7, yeah, 7 signings. Crazy to think you make 7 signings. It's probably quite realistic as well. You think about it in real life, a team that has just got Champions League football, they're going to make a lot of signings. So if you did enjoy this episode, make sure you do smash the like button, subscribe if you are new to the channel, and see you soon. Bye.